Okay. Thank you very, very much, Tiago, for agreeing to share some of your experiences of using the Tower Hamlets Early Detection Service. Um, and I just wanted to start with your views around what you kind of found most helpful about the service.
I'd say the most helpful thing about the service is their continued support over the years. So they'd always contact you after an appointment and um, like keep communicating with you and check up on you. And it sort of makes you feel like they actually care about what they're doing and they care about your well-being as well. Just not just on a professional level, but like more like sort of like a small family sort of type thing. So yeah, it just felt it's kind of nice for them to just be close to you and like check up on you, especially when you're like in your hardest times. So it's just nice to for them to be checking up on you and everything.
That sounds really helpful to know. You mentioned difficult times. I'm wondering what you've kind of learned about yourself during your time with the Tower Hamlets Early Detection Service.
Usually when I speak to them, at first I had confidence issues as well, so I wasn't very confident and I was kind of shy and sort of like closed, if you know what I mean. Um, but like as I continued with them, I sort of like started to show me, sorry, that I was sort of I had confidence that I didn't know myself that I had, and sort of while I was working with them, they sort of showed me that I did have all this confidence, and yeah,
Great. That's really helpful to hear. So they they and you kind of collaboratively did some assessment and identified personal strengths of your own that you already had.
yeah. So it was sort of more like um, I had this like time period where I had to see think good things about myself, like good qualities about myself, and embrace those qualities. And um, yeah, and they'd also reinforce that as well. So when I discuss things with them, they'd be like, "Oh, see, you do have confidence and other qualities that I like, good qualities that I have." So it's sort of like positive reinforcement. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Great. Yeah. And during your time with Feds, was there anything else that you'd kind of learned about yourself?
Um, in what way would you mean?
Sorry, I didn't catch you there.
I said, would in what way?
Um, I don't know. I wonder if there were other skills or strengths of your own that kind of you were reminded of or that you have discovered.
Um, I'd say another skill that I feel like I've learned with TEDS is like so. Before I used to be quite reclusive, obviously, and they showed me that I had my own confidence, but they also showed me that I was willing to change myself as well and willing to do things like they gave me things to do, like for example, like mindful activities, and when I do them, they'd be really proud of me and they'd say, "It's not actually we didn't do most of the work you did. You being able in your life is it's mostly you. You're the one who's doing the stuff." So I feel like they showed me that I change aspects of my life, and I'm because I feel like they made me feel like I'm able to work. Oh, sorry, allow myself to. Sorry, I'm
You're okay.
yeah. Willing. They showed me that I was willing to change things in my life, and I was determined as well. So they showed me that aspect of myself.
Fantastic. That sounds really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. And thinking about your time with Feds, if you had full control to set up your own early detection service.
Yeah.
What might that look like for you?
So I'd say um, when I started with TEDS, I had to go to work, so my time was quite limited, and I could only go a certain amount of times, and they take like days off work as well. So I'd say if I made my own early detection service, I'd say I'd have like a larger amount of hours, so not just 9 to 5. Like I'd have room for like patients that want to come in later on, like 8 o'clock, maybe like or later on at night as well, so that if they do work and they don't have to actually take a day off or book an hour off work, and they're able to come after work or whenever, like whatever time suits them. You know what I mean? So that would be
Yeah,
one thing. Um, I think I'd also um, like I'd also make it easier for young people to come in, and especially because I know how hard it was for me to come to the service because I felt nervous. So I'd say that I'd sort of advertise the service a bit more because I didn't even know the service existed. So yeah, that would probably be yeah um, yeah
great. Yeah, that sounds really helpful, and very, very kind of common experiences that young people and many people using services often have and often say. That's really helpful. Thank you. Um, do you have any ideas as to how best mental health services could support the mental health of young people these days?
um, I'd say um, like I'd say they're doing quite a good job already. But like how I said before as well, of being in communication with them constantly, showing them that they're actually there for them. That's quite an important thing, I'd say, quite an important quality, I'd say, so that they feel safe where they are as well. So the well-being of them is quite important. So I'd say services should and like improve on that. So like constantly be in contact with their patient and show them that they are cared for. Yeah, I think that would help definitely, especially if as a young person like that, I relate to that. So when Ted was keeping in constant contact with me, I did feel like I was actually important and like my issue was actually like they actually cared about my issues and stuff like that.
Great. Okay. And you've kind of mentioned this already, but do you think that there are other barriers that might stop young people from accessing help?
Yeah, definitely. I think I spoke about this before, but it's mostly to do with like the method of like how they communicate with other people. So, for example, some people like actually walking into the service and having like face-to-face meetings. And other people sometimes don't have time, so it'd be better if TEDS was able to have like a video service with like different ways of having a consultation. Like if you didn't want to have an appointment, like walk in or video or text as well. Some people said text would be good as well, because some people don't actually have a safe space to talk as well. And some people, or I myself, I was really nervous coming in, but eventually I did it. But some people won't have the courage as well, or just don't feel safe coming in. So like different methods of communicating with people would be good.
Great. Yeah, that sounds really helpful. And very very current as well at the moment, given that we're learning new ways of
Yeah,
working during lockdown, which is now easy. Okay,
yeah,
there was one other question that you quite liked to talk about today, and that was just briefly thinking about areas in your life, like maybe socializing or vocation or education, that have kind of gotten better, have gotten a bit, sorry, have improved a bit during
yeah.
your contact with vets. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So I'd say that my time with TED has sort of helped me develop positive skills. Like before, I used to um, take social action. So like when someone would do something, like even if it's unintentional, like I wouldn't be able to like get over it, and I'd be thinking about it all the time, and I'd stress myself out about it. And other things like in life that happened that involved other people that I couldn't change, I'd like be stressing over it and all of that. I feel like TEDS has helped me to sort of realize I can't change someone else. I can't affect that life like that. What they help me to understand, oh, and how to deal with that, and oh, maybe they're going stuff themselves. I'm just stressing out about it for no reason. So it's sort of helped me deal with dealing with it. I'm able to like think about it more deeply and understand that, oh, someone else might be going through something and I'm just overthinking it. If you know what I mean? Um, I think that's helped me at work and socially with my friends as well. I'm able to like feel more comfortable around people and understand they might things.
Hi, Tiago. Thank you for that. So really, really sorry. The connection dropped a little bit there, and we missed your response to that last question. So I'll just pose it once more. So we were just thinking a last point to kind of for you to talk about would be reflecting on those areas of your life, like socializing, working, education, that might have improved during your contact with vets.
So I'd say that TEDS has helped me communicate with my friends more effectively. I feel like they've given me qualities like giving me qualities that I can now communicate with my friends and tell them how I feel and understand how they feel better. So I'd say socially they help me in that sense. They've also helped me not to worry about situations that I can't really control and like how people react. So yeah, they tell me to deal with how I react with like how other people interact with me. So it helped me to control how I react better. So that's helped me both socially and in my work environment because they kind of interlink sort of. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Fantastic. Really, really helpful to hear about these experiences. Before we say goodbye today, were there any final kind of thoughts or reflections that you wanted to add?
And I think that's it, everything.
All right. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, Tiago, and thank you so, so much for sharing your experiences with us today.
All right, thank you.
And we're